All right, hey, what's up, everyone? Hole number 4 here, Master. We're going to take our first look at this one. Oh, wow, straight down. That's going to make things interesting. Looks like opponent here is at sniper distance here. I'm kind of half tempted to do something along this bump as well. I would imagine trying to almost aim a little bit more over to the right and then kind of create this angle here, just in case you great ball it. You can make sure that you keep it out of the sand. It's kind of more or less what I'm thinking. Might not be the easiest bump to make, but I do think it's probably going to be the most makeable shot. Unfortunately, even if, I kind of see this fairway as kind of going uphill a little bit. Uphill bumps are not the easiest. And it's only slightly uphill. It's not very much, but uphill bumps aren't always the easiest. They typically result in sometimes getting a little bit more of that too much roll through bounce. And you can see how it is kind of rolling through. You can see opponent actually went through a little too much. May have under adjusted it as well. So I actually have a 0 power ball on. I'm thinking something along the lines of this. This is more or less what I was mentioning. And I'm also, you can see with what I'm doing with my spin, it's about 3.5. But also you can see that I'm kind of putting it off to the left kind of intentionally. I'm going to need to go beyond 1 per ring, maybe even another 20% at least. I'm going to try to straighten this needle up. And then I am going to go at least 10 rings here. Maybe even just a little bit more. It might be 10.1, 10.2, and then still not making sure that I don't add any power at all. So that actually looks pretty good. Let's see if it winds up. It does wind up almost where I put that offset. Now, the question is, why was I offsetting? It's typically on straight winds. You're going to see that the ball guide straightens out some. Didn't seem to really come into play there too much. Might have had something to do with my pull angle just slightly. I'm not sure. But do keep that in mind. So if you do point that ball guide at the hole and you do start missing a little bit too right, I'm really not sure how it's going to play. This is my first attempt at this hole ever. So, I'm just kind of speculating and just kind of going off of things that I know about the game. But if you do get that, ball guide to kind of leak to the right on you a bunch, it's probably because that ball guide is expanding out and you're kind of creating an angle, which is going to, shoot more along straighter as opposed to that left spin that you're putting on. It's going to go a little bit straighter and kind of expand out, and you'll end up missing right if you're not careful. So pay attention to your pull angle there. But you can also see, I probably went, 10.2 rings on a 8.2 wind. So it is a significant amount of overplay. If I was to go into the app here, I believe it was 8.2. I'm not going to use the wind directional arrows because I really don't need to. I can essentially just create that wind, something along the lines of this. And this is a plus. This is it doesn't really matter what ball you use. It'll be kind of, somewhere in this. You can just kind of write this down. It's a power 2 plus 25%, 10.3 rings, and that's going to be more or less spot on for your adjustment. So all you need is reference points for tournaments because the winds never change. It's one of my biggest problems with tournaments is, just being able to dial it in like this makes the game a lot less fun. But you can see, this is more or less what you'll do for that hole. That was on the